Call of Duty Warzone just dropped. Played about 4 hours of it or something like that. If you are having trouble getting good or trying to be better at the game, I'm going to give you a couple of tips right quick that are off the top of my dome after playing. Where were we? Few tips and tricks right off the top of my dome after playing about 4 hours from Call of Duty Warzone. Let's get to it. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Call of Duty Warzone came out, kind of grew on me as I kept playing it. There are some frustrating parts to it, but first, before we get into too much, tell me what you think of Call of Duty. Why do I keep saying Call of Duty? Tell me what you think of Warzone down in the comments below. I'd really appreciate it. If you like yikes. If you like the content, think about hitting a like button. I'm not going to redo all of this just due to the fact that I don't have a lot of time to redo these. I really have to get to bed because I got work in the morning. Anyway, so Call of Duty Warzone tips and tricks coming at you. I think I'm trying to get to about 5. I think I only have about 4, and then there's one WTF. What the heck were you thinking? Infinity Ward. Anyway, let's just go over gameplay overall in general. You start off, you jump in off the plane. There's a circle that's already there on the map where the gas is going to come to in about 5 minutes or something like that, just so that you know where you can drop in the middle. If you drop into the middle of the circle that's already presented there, you're going to have a much easier time without having to run. It seems right now, after day 1, everybody kind of sits on the outskirts of the circle and holds people from running in. It's not necessarily that it's designed that way, but everybody gets to the edge of the circle and then waits till the next circle movement in order to move forward. And so if you go toward the middle of the circle, so I guess I'll do that as tip 1. Tip 1, go to the middle of the circle when dropping. You're going to have an easier time, or at least something that's more interior. You might have a gunfight at the beginning that you have to win, but if you win that gunfight, you're going to have a much easier time than having to keep pushing in from the edge of the circle and competing with a bunch of people on the edges. So there's tip number 1. Tip number 2. Money is absolutely key in this BR. So money helps buy you advantages with perks, with like UAVs, cluster strikes, any of that sort of stuff. Gas mask, self-revive, custom loadouts. Those are the 3 big ones that are really big. And then, so you need a lot of money. And so in order to get money, tip number 2 is to make sure you're doing contracts quickly and often. So when you get down, you're going to want to loot for a gun. Usually get an M13, a SCAR, something like that. Maybe an MP7 or a PP Bison if you can find it. Those are great to start off with, but what you're shooting for is getting the custom loadout. The custom loadout lets you bring in a custom class that you've created, and that's where you get your money's worth. We'll have other videos on what I think would be a proper loadout for that. Hopefully I would eventually have a card there. It won't be up there for probably a week or so, but that's first what you want to do is find a weapon, and then you want to try and get the custom loadout class. Custom loadout class costs 6,000, but it will ensure that you have good guns going into late game. So with that, I find that I guess tip number 3 here would be having a sniper and a assault rifle. Close quarter combat seems to rarely happen in this game, or if at all needed. SMGs would be the lowest that I go as far as short range, but I would really say any of the fast shooting assault rifles are really good. I did use the Odin for a little bit toward the end of my matches, and the Odin hits really hard. Again, you have to try and hit. It feels like multiplayer where you have to hit your shots. If you're not necessarily hitting your shots, I would say go Kilo. Maybe the AK. AK could be pretty good. But I would highly recommend going maybe the Ram 7. I don't know. I haven't used too much of the Ram 7, but Ram 7 might be a good one too. So tip number 4, since money, with money being key, you want to make sure that you use some of that money to get a UAV. UAVs are absolutely crucial, especially when you're having to run fast through the circle, to the circle. So if you're in the long side of a gas, I would pop a UAV before you start making a run so that you can understand, hey, there's a guy over here, there's a guy up on this building, so on and so forth. It helps you. You just kind of watch the mini map as you're moving around. You just keep your eyes pinned up in this corner of the screen, just watching that mini map and making sure that that you eventually get to the circle. It definitely helps you know where people are. You can flip to them really fast, so on and so forth. So it's kind of crucial to have a UAV. So if you're having to move a far part of the circle, I would advise you to get a UAV. It makes moving a ton easier, which also kind of spoils into not necessarily tip number 5, but like maybe 4A as far as when moving in the circle. Thermal scopes on your sniper rifle are OP. It is something that makes spotting enemies very easy. So scanning, you just like take your thermal and you just start panning across, and you can see where people are at very easily, and even very, very far away. We had a point where we were at prison, and then the oil derricks at the port of Verdansk. We were shooting people all the way over there. Hopefully I have a clip of that right now. And the only reason that we found those people or even looked over there is because Patty, my partner, had a thermal scope, and he just spotted them from all the way across the map. So thermal scopes are great for spotting enemies. Of course, I know some people aren't that great at sniping. Sniping is going to be huge, I feel like, in this game. There's a lot of far range combat. Now, there are some aggressive teams that come in close, but the assault rifles, as long as you have a fast shooting assault rifle, should probably take care of that situation when people are pushing you really fast. Tip number 5, what I'm going to put on here, is the Gulag. When you get captured in the Gulag, on how to win more of those, it's very easy, or much easier, for you to be aggressive. So what I usually try to do, you always are catty corner, right? So you spawn in one corner, and catty corner from you in the Gulag is the other guy. What you want to do is you want to be aggressive. Now, I know this is pretty hard for some people or whatever, but what you want to do is you want to run into the middle. Middle will always have cover for you. Going down the side, you're leaving your entire flank open, and you don't know where your enemy is going to be. But you want to go into the middle corridor where you have some barriers, and then you want to look toward the right side. And as you move into the middle, you want to keep looking to the right side. If your enemy has decided to do the same thing, then it's easy for you to keep moving right around to his back. If you don't see your enemy when you move front and to the right, when you go into the middle and then go across to the right, if you don't see him over there, keep working your way around the middle to try and come from the back side of him. There is a time where someone will be not necessarily smart enough, but they go to the middle and they wait in the middle. If they are waiting at the middle, you should be able to be faster than them because you're being aggressive. In that case, they're probably not going to have the best aim, so on and so forth. But if you've been aggressive and he's been aggressive, then you're able to go around the backside and get them and take them from the back. And you more or less want to be very active in there. Also think about using your nades. Make sure you use your nades inside of the Gulag so that you can win more fights there. But being aggressive definitely helps. I'm sure as I play more, I'll have better tips and tricks both on that, surviving, making things a little bit better. So if you're interested in seeing any of that content coming up, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, think about hitting that sub button for me. I'd be absolutely appreciated. I'm going to sell out here just a little bit. Remember to leave a comment. Tell me what you think of Warzone. Hit that like button so that this can get out to more people. It would be absolute. But you're helping the enemy. Hey. Help a guy out. Help a guy out. Thank you. I will catch you guys in the next one. Appreciate you stopping by and enjoy your day. I hope this video runs into the close margins that I want it to. There should be some gameplay going on. Actually haven't won my first one yet after the first day. We got second place. It's just it's a learning curve trying to figure out the perks and everything. We are not dominating the field yet, but we will be, I promise you. Have a beautiful day. Have a wonderful rest of whatever this game is, whatever we're doing here. Enjoy your time living life. I will catch you in the next one. Again, hit that sub button. Watch one of these videos. Something along those lines. I'm out of here. Deuces. Bye. See you later.